everybody, PandaLee here, and this is my Christmas tree. This is actually a brand new Christmas tree my mom and I got at Walmart last night, because funny story, a certain little dog, I won't name names, but a certain little dog decided it would be a great idea to chew the cords to the pre-lit tree we used to have. It was such a good idea, Yara. So we had to get a new tree because she chewed the cords, so we couldn't obviously light it, and that would be really lame. My mom did this all so far. I set it up. She put on the little beads and the ribbon, because we do that every year, because we can. Yard, go away. And I'm going to put up the ornaments. The ornaments. I think that's what I used to say when I was a kid. Where the hell did my iPad go? Anyway, I'm going to set up a little stopwatch so I don't ramble on too long and make like a 50-minute part, which would suck. And we'll start it now. Don't touch it, Yard. Don't touch the iPad. Oh, got my laundry over here for laundry day when that's coming up. Oh, shit. Let's get started. What's in here? Oh, we do have lights. Screw it. I'm too lazy. I ain't doing that. I don't even know what half this junk is. Oh! There we go. We got a little tiny baby stocking. I don't know what the point of it is, but it's there. Why not accept it? We got a cow. I'm not gonna lie, these are old ornaments. Like, we haven't gotten like completely new ornaments since like Clinton was president. These were around for the Clinton years. I'm not joking. Like, we occasionally get those new ornaments if we have too many that break, but it's got the Rudolph with oh shoot, I can't remember that girl's name. Whatever, female reindeer. It doesn't matter if she got turned into deer meat or something. I'm gonna hang you on the tree. I will make you the star. So this has been a fun year overall, I have to say. It's been interesting. I remember around this time last year, I was working at a retail job. I actually wasn't fired or anything, so I probably could say whatever I want about them, but I'll be nice to them. I worked... Oh, sock monkey! Love my sock monkey ornaments. It's like my favorite ornament. I just love the sock monkey. Anyway. But no, I worked for a clothing store, and anyone who's worked retail sales, especially at like a teenage clothing store, they know what it's like. I don't think I need to tell anyone it's not the world's greatest scenario. And I gotta say, it was a pretty miserable time that I had, because I quickly found out you were only as valuable as you could kiss ass. And I don't kiss ass. That's not what I do. I will never kiss my boss's ass. If she has something good that I think is right, then yeah, I'll give her a shout out for it, but I'm not going to kiss someone's ass for no reason. Especially not someone that just got hired. Oh my god, we had a manager. She had like just gotten hired not long before I quit. She just, I don't know. I couldn't understand the direction she was going with her managing. And I made that note. I didn't say it in a nice way. I just said, I need to know what I need to do. And I don't know, because she kept swapping me around the store all day for my shift. In 6 hours, I got switched like 7 or 8 times. Yara, get away from all that stuff. Get away. It's bad for you. But no, and I said to the one key holder, look, this is like the millionth time I've been switched. I can't do my job if I'm not in the same area, because when you're in the front of the store, you're in charge of greeting. When you're in the middle, you work the register, and when you're in the back, you work the fitting room. So I kept swapping between these jobs, and I couldn't do my job properly. And that, I'm not going to lie, pissed me off, because it's like, I'm not going to get ripped a new one because I couldn't do my job right, because I couldn't have one single job. So, I just did not get along with her. She kind of had this attitude with me, at least that's how it came off to me. She always gave me this attitude, like, just because she was manager, she knew everything in the whole world. Even though she had only been, let's see, by the time I quit, she had only been manager for like a month or two. And I never go out of my way to be a bitch to anyone, especially that I work with, because I'm willing to give everyone a benefit of a doubt, even after first impressions, if it's not so great. But she just had this attitude with me. I don't know why. I don't know if it was because I don't know. I really don't know. I was nice towards it. Like I said, I wasn't a bitch to her, so I don't know what her issue was with me that it got to that point. But one day she took me into the back room. It was an opening day before we opened the store, and she's like, "Look, I can't have you gossiping about me and talking about me." And I'm like, "Look, I wasn't gossiping. Okay, if I was gossiping, I would have made fun of you or something, because I assume that's what you do when you gossip, you make fun of someone." I said on the day we worked together, I think we were alone that day too. It was just the two of us opening. That was also a habit, not having enough people to open, but she's like, "I can't have you I wasn't gossiping, okay? I said to a person who was higher up than me that I can't do my job right if you don't, keep me in one spot." And you know what? That's a legit concern that I'm sure anyone would have. And she was just not having it. She's like, "Well, you know what? I could have you fired, but you know what? I'm going to be nice and give you a break." And at that moment, I was like, "Oh, fuck no. She did not just threaten to fire me. This girl, who had been around for all of a month, did not just threaten to fire me." And she started making up all this BS about how apparently I was being written up by coworkers that didn't even work there anymore. We had 2 assistant managers when I first started that left in like early January. They had both already left, but apparently before they left, they had such complaints about me that they wrote me up. Yet mysteriously, these complaints weren't so bad that it actually got to me. And they had proof that I didn't even sign any of these complaints saying that I saw them. So she tried to hold that against me, but she knew that wasn't going to hold water because I never signed them. And I was just so ticked. I was like, "You know what? Screw this job." So one day in July, because Phil knew I was not having a good time with this job. So one day I called on day I was an on-call. Whoops. iPad shifted. And I called in that I was an on-call, and I said, "You know what?" And I called the manager. I actually kind of did like her. We got off to a rocky start, but I liked this one. I won't mention names in case they ever find me, even though this is a good thing. But I called her, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, you worked here." I'm like, "That's not what I'm calling about. I'm calling to tell you, no offense, but screw this job." Now, I was nice to her. I was like, "You know what? You were nice. We didn't start off on the greatest of terms, but you know what? You weren't a bad person." She's not. She's a mother of 2 kids. Her kids are so freaking cute. But yeah, but I just could not stand it, because I found out a lot of things when I worked there, and I did not like a lot of them. I'm going to tell you something. Nobody likes inventory, because it sucks. When you have too much inventory for your store to even handle, and you got to count each individual item, yeah, nobody likes inventory. And also, at the time when I got the job, I was 17 when I got the job. I'm 19 now, but I was 17 when I got the job. And this is what had happened. I got paid a certain wage. I'm not going to say what it was, but it was pathetic for a part-timer. Well, it was expected, but it was still pathetic. But towards the spring, we'd start to hire new people, because obviously the temps that we didn't plan on keeping, we didn't keep. And, some people naturally left. Some people didn't even make it to Christmas, and I got hired in the late summer. But it was ridiculous, because these new hires, one I had become very good friends with and had actually left. The store in other pursuits. She did not need that store. I'm not gonna lie, she did not need it. But what ended up happening was we got to a conversation about how I was miserable because I was still there, and how she was so glad she left. And she's like, "You know what? My paycheck was so awesome." So out of curiosity, I'm like, "How awesome was it?" And she's like, "Well, getting paid this, and this an hour." And I was like, "Whoa. You made more money than me despite the fact that I had more experience than you?" I don't even think she had any retail experience, but she made more money than me by default. And I was like, "Oh, fuck no. It's like 6 months till my evaluation. I ain't having this shit." I was so mad when I found out. Like, I wasn't mad at her. It wasn't her fault. But I was so mad that my company, I don't know if they raised the pay standard or what, but they did not give it to the people that worked their ass off. There were only like 2 sales associates that came before me, and they were making the same as me. I was like, "This is some BS." And you know what? My evaluation would have been at the end of August, beginning of September. I don't think I would have ever gotten that pay raise. I really don't. I think they were going to try to screw me out of it, but everyone ended up finding out about how they were being underpaid compared to the new people. And some of the new people had no experience. Like, they were 16, no experience. So we were all pissed. We argued for a while amongst ourselves. It was some shit. But the moral of my story is, do not work retail. Really, I thought it would be something I would actually do because I'm good with people. I was actually very nice to the customers. There was only ever one customer complaint, but I ended up finding out that it was complete BS. I never told anyone that I had proof it was complete BS, but whatever, it didn't matter. I was quitting, I was going to quit later that month, so it didn't matter, but I found out that this one customer had complained falsely. I had evidence and everything, but I was like, screw it, I'm not going to do it. It's not worth it. I was so mad about that day too, but I was nice to all my customers. I helped them out. I tried to get them the best deals. I told them what was what. I told them what was good because obviously we had to wear the clothes. Oh, those clothes, man. Oh, those clothes. Ooh. All I'm going to say is this. This particular store I worked at is only in so many states and only on the East Coast, so California, I know you got stores that have the same stuff almost, but be glad you don't have this particular store. It's kind of hoochie. At first I was kind of like, some of this stuff's not bad. Like, they got some nice t-shirts and stuff, but then it became, oh my god, who would wear that? And it was not just junior size clothes, it was also plus size clothes, which got really uncomfortable really fast when you saw, we were selling 3X mini skirts that just, ooh, neon leopard print and all sorts of nasty stuff. Ooh, just, ugh. It just wasn't cool. Was not cool. But I started dating Phil in January, so I had already been working at said company for a little bit, and this was around the time I started to get miserable. I had made plans when I first got hired to stay there only for a year. And then it suddenly became, maybe, around Christmas I was still good with the people. The managers I liked were still there. And I'm like, maybe I'll put in more than a year. Like, I'll stay till Black Friday next year. Because Black Friday wasn't so bad. I worked the register, midnight to 8. Best shift to work, believe me. Because you got all the crazy people, but the time goes so fast. And it just got to the point where it was like, ugh. Just like after Christmas, when we started getting new people and old people started leaving, it just kind of got unbearable with some of the people they got. Like, I don't know. And I know that several of my coworkers had complaints about things too. And some of them were plotting leaving. Some of them haven't left that I've seen. But some have, I think. And I just say more power to them. And Phil knows that when we started dating in January, he just saw it go downhill real fast. One day it was like, my day at work could have been better. And then it came to the point where every single week I was either crying on the phone about how much I hated my job, or I was just complaining or coming up with a reason to not work. It got so bad sometimes. I couldn't fathom going into work. I was getting headaches. I was miserable. I was crying. I just couldn't stand what was happening. Because I felt like sometimes some of my coworkers took advantage of my kindness. Because I was one of those people, it's like, okay, if someone can't come in, they're sick, you know what, I'll come in, I could use the money, and, I'll help someone out. And I think some people knew that they could go to me, and I would 9 times out of 10 do it. And I think some of them took advantage of that, and that was not cool. There was one I was convinced just always wanted me to take her shifts. Like, naturally, she wasn't getting paid for it, but just did not want to work, and it made me so mad, because every time I get the call, they'd be like, oh, so-and-so is sick, and I'm like, motherfucker, again? It just got to ridiculous points. But the moral of the story is, do not work in retail. Because you may like clothes, you may like people, you may like helping people, but you know what you need to know? You need to like your coworkers, and you need to be able to pick up the slack for that one person. Because there's always that one person, and you might be that person picking up the slack. And just, ugh. Oh, Phil can tell you. If you ever asked him about my experience in retail, he'll tell you. He'll tell you I was miserable. hated what I had to do, and he knew I was getting called in a lot. He was actually the person that convinced me to quit. I was saying, no, I want to stick out my ear, and he's like, you're not going to make it. You're, like, losing your mind, crying all the time, and it's, like, March. Oh, and they were giving me a hard time about all sorts of stuff. They were giving me a hard time about Phil, even. But you know what? I think I'm going to split the video, and I'm going to tell you about the drama with Phil, and, you know, my relationship with Phil. I think that'll be a good second video in which to talk about stuff. Okay, we're back. Let's get rolling. That's enough of the icicles. I put up some icicles and the random ornaments and the flowers and junk. Now we're getting to the kick-ass ornaments. Which I swear to God, my mom says that they're not this old, but I swear to God, these things have been around since the 90s. They've been around since I was a kid. Look at these. Got a shit ton of ornaments. But anyway, I said I was going to talk about Phil and then the drama that revolved around Phil. Once again, people in my company, I'm not naming names because I'm going to be nice, but some BS the Grinch. This is actually a coin purse, but the string broke off and my mom used that as an ornament. We'll put him... No, we're going to put him right here. He's in Pimp Castle. There we go. But I started dating Phil pretty early on in the year, and this is what ended up happening. Naturally, when you have a new boyfriend or girlfriend, I'd been dating some other people while I was still a Deb, and naturally I became comfortable with certain people in which to tell them, and naturally when you have someone new and people ask about your life, you want to tell them. So I said, oh, well, I got this boyfriend, his name's Phil, and of course naturally they're going to ask, how'd you meet, how old is he, what's he like, blah, blah, blah. And they were fine with him. They were a little confused about how I met him on the internet. I don't know if I ever told them how I really met him, but they know I met him, I think, online. But they were perfectly fine with it until I brought up Phil's age. Which, yes, I'm aware. He was 29 at the time. And, oh, hold on, excuse me. And I was 18, but it's legal, but there is definitely an age gap, and not everybody approves of an age gap. It's only 11 years. I'm going to point out my sister and my brother-in-law have an age gap, too. I just want to point that out. He's like, my brother-in-law's like in his 40s, and my sister is almost 30, so it's not like this is the first time this happened in my family. But no, they were fine with it until I told them his age. And then it kind of got a little weird with some people. Some people were like, oh, that's cool, you know, he just happens to be older, but hey, you're happy, everyone's happy. But some people were really freaked out by the idea of me dating someone older. And they made some jokes, like obviously they ribbed me a little bit about him being older, like, oh, I couldn't find anyone at your high school, or, you know, little cracks like that, and I was fine with that. But then it got to the point where they were making fun of him for his age, in ways that I just didn't think were cool. SpongeBob ornament, I do believe. No, they started making jokes like, oh, he's just a pedophile and stuff, or they made fun of him. They started calling him Dr. Phil because he's older, like Dr. Phil on TV. And they made some very derogatory comments about Phil's working anatomy and the fact that it might not work and that it... Well, I don't need to tell you what they might have said about Phil's anatomy, but they implied that it did not work, which really annoyed me, because that was kind of messed up. Dr. Seuss, ornaments are old as hell. You can just feel, these are like the styrofoam ball ornaments. Oh, shit. Whoops. But yeah, they made derogatory comments about him, and I kind of didn't really say too much, but it really irked me inside. And I told Phil some of the comments, and I think he was a little upset too, but not as much as I was. Like, I was like, what the hell? You guys were fine with him when you thought he was like 18, 19, maybe even 20. Mid-20s or something, but as soon as you found out there were 11 years between us, all hell broke loose. And it started being a topic all the time when I worked with certain people. Certain people were cool with it. They would just ask how he is. But other people were like, oh, you're still seeing him, and then sling in a derogatory joke or two. And I didn't want to really cause any bad problems with people by getting all pissed at them, but I think after a while, some people figured out that it wasn't so cool to say certain comments around me. Because, I mean, joking or not, that's still my boyfriend. I still want you guys to respect, you know, the fact that we're happy, we don't have any problems, we get along very well. Yeah, there's an age difference, but it's not a big deal. I don't think about it, and neither does Phil, so why are you thinking about it so much? Like, you'd be surprised how many people have, like, a significant enough age gap. Some age gaps aren't so big, like, there's maybe, like, 3, 4, 5 years, but some there are, like, 10. I draw the line at around 10, 11, 12 years. After that, I think it's going to be very difficult for me to get along with someone. Because, you know, you need to have some life experiences that you guys can, you know, relate to. I mean, Phil was still young. He was 29 when I met him, and he's still young now at heart, definitely. He's young in body, too, but he doesn't admit it. But, we know, like, he plays video games for a living. I'm a massive video game addict. And I did the live streaming back in 2007, 2008, so it's not like we didn't both do it, like, for the internet, so that was something. And I watched his videos. I was those original people, it's Dark Side Phil channel. And I watched that, and I liked it. I never thought I'd be dating him. That's for sure, but it just goes to show that no matter how happy you are, some people can't wrap their head around why you're happy. I don't know if that's what it is or what with those people I worked with, but some of them could not wrap their head around why I was dating someone 30 years old. Now keep in mind, I was working with sales associates between like 16 and 20, so some of them were still in high school and could not ever see that happening, which I don't blame them. You're pretty young at that age. You should, you know, maybe date someone your own age first. It's not like I didn't date guys my own age. I dated guys between like 17 to 19, so it's not like I never dated anyone my own age. It's just I never really got along with them because there was always some kind of problem that we could never work through. Not to say Phil and I don't argue. We've had arguments before. They usually get resolved, though, but I make them way more dramatic than they are. Like, I'll cry for no reason sometimes, and I don't even know why, and I'm like, why am I making such a big deal of such a weird thing? But we're both very stubborn, too. That kind of doesn't help. Two stubborn people arguing gets, like, nowhere. It's either, fine, you're right, let's just end this argument, or just admit I'm right and we'll stop. I'm always right in the arguments. He just doesn't know it. Going behind this tree, making this tree pretty full. But, you know, I love Christmas. Christmas is a good time of year. It doesn't, I don't know, as I got older, like right now, I don't, you know, get the Christmassy mood as fast. Like, when you're a kid, it's like December 1st, where the fuck are these presents? Like, you just want it to be Christmas, but now it's like, you know, I'm okay with it not being Christmas. I'm totally okay with it. But, you know, I don't know. Christmas is just a fun time of year. Phil loves Christmas. My God. You should hear him on the phone sometimes. It's like talking to a 3-year-old. It's like, oh my God, I'm so excited for Christmas. It's like, no shit, I can tell you. I can feel you bouncing off the walls. But I like that about him. Even though he says, you know, he's old because he's 30 now. And, you know, some people start to think that's when you're old. I personally don't think you're old when you're 30. You're just two 15-year-olds smushed together. Because my one history teacher used to say, when someone had a 15th birthday, he'd be like, oh, well, good, you're halfway to 30. And it'd be like, oh, screw you. You're not even 30, I can tell. You're like 22. What kind of teacher are you? But yeah, he's just such a kid at heart, and I wish you guys, like, the fans actually, I know you guys meet him at, like, MagFest and stuff, but you guys just gotta see him in his condo on a day-to-day basis. He is just so different than some people, I think, expect. He's just so, he kind of has a serious edge to him, but he doesn't take himself too seriously. And he's just so funny, and he can have a good laugh at some things to an extent. He knows that I tease him sometimes. I totally tease him all the time. He's all like, and I'm all like, I'll just deal with it. But he's really funny. He's really silly. And I know some things about him that you guys don't know. And believe me, I know some funny things about him. Like for Christmas this year, I got him a little, you ever see those salt lamps? Like there's a little light inside and you turn it on and the salt's supposed to like neutralize computer stuff in the air, like stuff that electronics give off. I got him a candle holder of that, and oh my god, he became such a woman when it comes to burning candles. He's like burning candles like every day. I'm not joking. You think he's recording videos and he's like all macho and stuff? He's burning a candle. He's burning like fruity candles, not those man candles. He's burning like, oh, what were some of the ones I told him to get? Mango peach salsa. I'm not joking. There's like a cranberry one. And he just loves candles. So there you go. You just learned something funny about Phil. He loves candles. Yankee Candle. He likes strawberry candles. He likes, I think we got him a cranberry, or a mandarin cranberry one. He likes that one. He doesn't like the Midnight Jasmine because it's a little too flowery on his nose. But that's a womanly scent, to be fair. But he burns candles. He drinks a lot of liquids. Like, if you look in his fridge, it's like the actual fridge part, not the freezer. It's like 99.9% drinks. Well, okay, maybe not that bad, like 75% drinks, but he gets all kinds of drinks. He drinks seltzer, ugh. He drinks, like, filtered tap water. He drinks bottled water, too, which I think is really funny. He gets a Brita filter, but still gets bottled water. What the hell? He gets me drinks. He gets me my Snapple and my Arizona tea. We try different drinks every now and then. He drinks that one Monster Rehab drink. I think it's the red one. If anyone remembers when he did the DSP tries of the yellow one, he hated it. But he likes the red one, I think, or the, like red or green or something. But yeah, we have our fun. And people seem to think that all Phil and I do when I visit him is play video games, which is so wrong. Let me tell you, we do not just play video games. And I find that to be the weirdest misconception. Because think about how much Phil puts in work-wise on an average day. Let's say 30 videos. I don't know how many he actually puts out lately. I don't pay attention to how many actually go out. I just watch them. But let's say he puts out about 30 videos a day. How many videos do you think he and I put out on an average day? 10 to 20 at most. We do not put that many out because even though it's his job and it's my job, we still, we still want to have fun and we still want to do things and spend time together. And we do a lot of fun things that people don't know about. But I thought that was just so weird. Oh, Phil, your girlfriend's here and you want to play video games? And they'll make like nasty remarks like, oh, shouldn't you be putting it in? Or, of course, the famed and completely overused DSP tries it joke. But yeah, it's just, I don't know why people get this misconception that Phil and I only play video games. I would hate it if we only played video games when we visited each other. That would just be so irritating. That would make me absolutely insane. Just, ugh. Ugh. But we do a lot of fun things together, and I think in the next part of the video I'll talk about the various fun things Phil and I do together on an average visit, because he's very schedule oriented. Anyone who ever meets him, he has to have a schedule. Okay, just don't mess with his scheduling, because if the schedule gets thrown off, he gets a little confused, and then all hell breaks loose. But what time do we got on this video? Yeah, it's about time that we cut this video up in here. Okay, we're back now, and I've almost emptied this entire thing of the ornaments I want to hang. I don't want to hang all of these. Some of them are broken and stuff. But anyway, I was saying that Phil's fans have a misinformation when it comes to what I do with Phil when we visit. And people think, oh, we just play video games, we never do anything. That's so untrue. I'm going to give you a rundown of our usual schedule, unless there's obviously some kind of circumstance where we choose to do something different. We go to breakfast every morning at this little breakfast lunch place. It's called Sunnyside. It's a very, very good place to get breakfast and lunch. They have some awesome food. They got French toast, they got pancakes, they got sandwiches. Whether you get breakfast or lunch, you just get awesome. What are you doing, Yara? What are you doing? But they got awesome food and all. Come here. Come here. Yes. What is your problem, baby? But yeah, we get breakfast every morning at Sunnyside, except on Sundays because it gets super packed with like churchgoers and stuff, and we can almost never get food in a timely fashion. It's a great place if you live in Connecticut or visit Connecticut. Totally look up Sunnyside. They got the best food ever. And they got a Facebook page that Phil actually liked on Facebook, so. But yeah, it's awesome. And we go to breakfast every morning. We come back, as Phil says, we have to digest. Aw. The little Cheshire cat ornament broke the string. That's a bummer. No, we'll tuck him up in here. There you go. Tucked in you go. Oh, my baby. I love you. Get out of here, Yara. Yeah, we go to breakfast. We digest. The first day I visit, or if I show up like late on a certain day, like if I usually do Thursday to Monday. I'll show up like Thursday night. So on Friday, we'll do grocery shopping. That's his once-a-month grocery shopping trip. And I get to come with, and we get all the drinks and stuff. I pick out what I like and what I want. And we, possibly the most weird thing I think I have about Phil, he always, when I visit him, after we grocery shop, or before sometimes, we have to go to Best Buy and pick out new DVDs. You guys have seen his condo tour. You've seen how many DVDs he has. That is exactly why he has so many DVDs. Every freaking month with this guy. He hasn't even watched all the DVDs he owns, yet he has to get more. If he doesn't, like, the world really will end on the 21st. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Goddamn, how about you watch all your DVDs that you own before you actually, go out and buy some new ones? Whoops, sorry, Yara. Dropped an ornament on you. It's like, how about you watch all of the DVDs before you start buying new ones? He's like, no, I just need new ones. And they have to be Blu-rays. If they're not Blu-rays, they are not worthy in his eyes. He needs to have the Blu-rays because, his PlayStation, he plays them on his PlayStation, he needs the Blu-ray. And he always likes to mock how crappy old movies look in Blu-ray. You just can't have standard definition. That makes him very upset. And let's see, we do that. We go out to dinner every night. But this time when I go to see him in January, we're actually going to cook one of the nights. We're going to make quesadillas together, so that'll be interesting. There's a funny joke that goes along with that, but I'll tell you guys that some other time. Woo! It involves Hurricane Sandy, so just to give you an idea. Aw, here's my ornament from 2000. It says Leanna on the bottom of the dress and then 2000 in the heart. That is a cute ornament. My sister has one like it, but it broke and I can't find all the pieces. So I'm not gonna bother. Get out of here, dog. No eating the ornaments. That's why I gotta hang my special ornament up top here. She ain't getting none of that. Ain't getting none of it. Stay. Good. Good. But yeah, we go out to dinner every night. We do different foods. Sometimes we have debates like, what food do we want? We go out to the malls in his area. We go to the bookstore. Every now and then we go to Old Navy because I live off Old Navy clothes. Like this t-shirt, my 94 shirt, because Old Navy was established in 1994. This is like my favorite shirt that I got at Old Navy. And whenever I wear it in a video, nobody compliments it. Nobody ever compliments it. And I just wish someone would tell me it's nice because I like purple. It's my favorite color. But no. It's all got to be about the booty. It's got to be about the booty and the yoga pants. It's all with you guys. That rant video was funny though. When I started that rant video, I did not realize that my ass was like, I figured it was showing, but I didn't think as much of the shot was there. And just the comments about my ass were so funny. I could not stop laughing because here I am having a rant about how people are misinformed in my relationship with Phil, and they think that things are happening that aren't happening or ever would happen in certain cases. And they're not even giving a shit about that. They're just watching my ass. And I thought that was absolutely hilarious. That here I am trying to deliver a point to some people who were freaked out because they got all this misinformation. And believe me, there were some crazy-ass conspiracy theories about me and Phil. They were funny as hell. But it was so great. I could not fathom, like, what was going on. I'm like, what is this? I go on to the comments just because I saw one of like a dude that I need to block because he was being extremely like rude to someone or something. And I just started scrolling through and I could not believe it. Like one comment like that ass, okay, I expected maybe one comment about my appearance, but it just became a thing of its own, so I ended up adding that annotation over my butt. Oh man, that was so funny. That made my day. I'm so glad I made that video inevitably. I thought for a second, like, you know, maybe I shouldn't make this video. Maybe it'll make it worse by giving people ammo in which to insult me and Phil, but oh man, people are either staring at my ass, they listen to the video and they're like, you know what, good job, good for you. And then there were those people, you're feeding the trolls. I said the video wasn't about feeding the trolls. I was saying people were being misinformed and they were concerned, so I was giving them the correct facts. Like, some people are like, oh, are you and Phil breaking up? Are you and Phil moving in? Are you and Phil having babies with goatees? Like, it just got ridiculous. And some of these things, I know I could tell someone, but then someone else would ask the question. I'm like, Jesus, I might as well just say what's going on. And the status of that has not changed yet. What in the hell is this ornament? I ain't putting that one up. That one's way too noisy. But it was funny, and I'm so glad I made that video. I think that's possibly like my most watched video in the history of forever. Because it's awesome. Oh, for crying out loud. Who is it? Ooh, it's Phil. I'm gonna answer. Hello? Hi, Phil. What's up? Nothing much. I'm actually in the middle of recording right now. You don't have to be sorry. You don't know when I'm recording. You don't know what I do. Don't worry, I'm still recording now. Yes, I'm still recording now. Yes, I am recording me decorating the Christmas tree, and I was talking about you in several videos, and I was talking about my rant video, and then you called and I thought, you know what? Let's answer the phone so people can know how we talk on a daily basis. I know, it's riveting, titillating, and exhilarating. Yes, that's what everyone's wanted to see. It's going to be the most watched video since, like, I don't want to say Gangnam Style. Let's see. What's a really popular video that people have watched a long time? It'll be more watched than 2 Girls, 1 Cup. How about that? Oh my god, the Rickroll videos. There's so many, though, it's hard to tell how many views there are. Oh no, the Grinch fell. Oh no, the Grinch! The little Grinch fell. He's in, yeah. Well, it's a long story, but actually I do have a Grinch ornament itself. I don't know where I just set it, though. I already lost. Oh, it's right here in front of me, duh. It's the Grinch on his sleigh. It's cool. And I think I'm done with this first box of more. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, all the rest of these suck. I have, well, technically this one that had a few ones that didn't fit in the others. I have this full one, and I have another full container. So I'm making good time considering. Yeah, I'm doing good. So how have you been? Aww. I'm sorry you're not having that much fun with Far Cry 3. Because people love multiplayer. That's why they're putting it... Okay, never mind. This container's empty now. What the hell? Why do we have an empty container? Okay. Maybe... Did I really put up all the ornaments? Yeah, I guess I put them into one box this year. Oh well. I don't know what I'm doing. I might spread out a bag of these pine cones. The scented pine cones, because they make the dog crazy. Because the dog's nose is so sensitive, she can't handle the smell. Smell it. Smell it. Smell it. Come here, Yara. I want to see if she's still coming. Oh, she's going to the pine cones like, oh, I don't like that stuff, Mommy. She's so terrified right now. But she loves you. So you're done with the multiplayer and you're on your food break. What are you getting? You getting a salad? Oh yeah, you have leftover pizza. Are you going to have a salad with it? You should pick up a salad. A nice delicious salad to go with your disgusting Pizza Hut pizza leftovers. At least have something that tastes good. You're being economical. Yes, economical. Getting disgusting Pizza Hut pizza, which will bring you to an early grave via a heart attack. No arguments. Yeah, it's called winter. It gets cold sometimes. Anyway, Phil, since, well, obviously, I told you the schedule for when I'm going to upload these holiday videos. But, we're going to die tomorrow on the 21st, so I just want to tell you that I think your love of candles is really, really weird. Are you saying that the Mayans might have been wrong? Is that what you're telling me? I like that restarted. Like we're gonna shut it down and we'll reboot. Gotta keep the system refreshed. I'm setting out the gift boxes. I'm gonna put you on speakerphone for this. Get off the boxes, Yara. Hello?
Come on, these people are being assholes. Look, they're flying through the stop sign.
I like how I'm trying to get you to talk and then the first thing you do is go off on a tangent.
I can't leave my parking lot. I've literally 10 people in a row. Fuck this. I'll go the other way. Fuck it.
Well, at least now people are going to believe that I'm on the phone with you since I put you on speakerphone. Just imagine the comments if I hadn't put you on speakerphone. Oh, she's just having someone else call her, faking it. They're not really a couple. Remember, you're supposed to be paying me. I haven't received a dime for actually being your girlfriend. I technically have not received my first paycheck, Phil. I'm going to start rescinding services. So what are you going to do later tonight?
Probably gonna film some reviews. think I'm gonna go when I get home. I'm ready to eat first of all. I'm starving, but I wanted to get this out of the way, and then probably gonna review a couple games. We got the 2 or 3 reviews left I want to do this week. And I said, well, I actually have the whole afternoon, the whole night to do it rather than worrying about trying to cram something else in. I might as well just get them all done. That way I can upload them once a day rather than having to like try to rush. Like tomorrow I'm probably going to do the Far Cry 3 co-op. And if I do that, that might take all day because people are saying it's from 4 to 5 hours long. So if I do that, I'm not going to want to stop and have to record a review later on too. So
Yeah. Well, you know how my schedule's gonna be. I'm gonna put up these videos, put up the movies, some Sims. And I think I got a good idea of what I'm gonna start doing in January and February and stuff. I think I got a good idea of what I'm gonna play. Obviously, I'm not gonna say because I'm still recording though. Oh, these gift boxes are freaking vintage. They're from the 90s. They're from the 90s, Phil.
what is?
These gift boxes, you know those ones that are at Old Navy, the cardboard ones that are flat and you fold the flaps and they become a box? These things are, I swear to God, from the 90s. My mom claims they're not that old, that she got them in the 2000s, but I have reason to believe she's had these since the late 90s. Ugh. How far am I recording into this? Anyway, I guess I should cut the video, Phil. Do you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Merry Christmas! You've been talking to Santa the whole time.
Yes. Yes, I've been talking to sexy Santa.